Hi everybody, this is Leticia and this is my vocabulary strategies presentation. So I teach Spanish and last year I found myself constantly wanting to play around with how I introduce vocabulary to my students. Of course, next year will hopefully be different because we won't have a situation where we're either virtual or hybrid. So I'm looking forward to being able to experiment with other strategies that are more engaging for students. So the first strategy that I'm going to talk about is class-wide peer tutoring. And in this strategy, what you do is when you're going to introduce vocabulary, you pair up students. You put advanced students with less advanced students so that they can practice being tutors to one another. So what you do is you divide the class into two teams. You assign tutoring pairs within each team. You prepare either flashcards, the students do. They prepare flashcards with vocab terms on one side and their definitions on the other side. And you can play with this. You don't have to use flashcards. You can use like a fold and flip scenario with your sheet of paper. You could also do some kind of, for example, in my class we use Quizlet a lot. So you wouldn't necessarily have to have the flashcards per se. Students again take turns being the tutor and the tutee and during the tutoring time. Then the students earn points by giving the correct definitions of to the words called out to them by their tutors. If the correct response is given initially, a predetermined number of points is awarded. So you can use this as a graded exercise. You can use it just as you can take the pressure off by having it be non-graded. If the student is a little bit dubious on the meaning of the word, but they can correct themselves independently, you can also give them points for that. You can deduct a couple points for getting it wrong the first time. But you as the teacher are in control. You can award bonus points for on-task tutoring and responding behaviors. Rewards can be provided for points earned during tutoring sessions. Teachers may, for example, factor points into students' homework grades. So I like this idea because I love the idea of collaborative work with my students. I feel like it really takes the pressure off. They're more willing to participate if they've been able to talk among themselves before I put them on the spot to answer a question, even with vocab. So I really like this idea, and I think I'm going to be implementing that into my class next year. The other thing that I really liked is graphic organizers. I'm kind of a graphic person. I like pictures, especially when it comes to memorization aids. So I think it is something that will really work also for vocab. One thing I had never heard about that I found in the reading was the R, Have, Can Spanish vocab graphic organizers. So what you do is you introduce a word, you have a picture of it or a concept, and you have the three verbs that are are, have, and can, and then you have a word bank down at the bottom, and you organize those words in each column according to where they fit. And I really like that. This is something that would be more appropriate for the end of the semester when they have picked up quite a bit of vocab and they are familiar with some of the verbs like to have, to can, or to be. But I really like this idea. I think I'm going to implement it too. Another one that I think I really like, and I could see this being more of a graded exercise, is they get a word, and then they have to, on the top left corner here, they define it, give the definition, use it in a sentence on the top right corner, and on this quadrant down here, they make an illustration of it. I think that it probably would be more time-consuming than you would like for one particular word, but I can see them doing this for example, the verb to be, which has two different definitions in Spanish. I can see this exercise being something that can really help them think through the differences in the two words that mean the same thing in English, and when they can use each one. This is very similar. It has the word in the center, and then it has the definition, characteristics, examples, and non-examples. And here are my references. Thank you.